We're back, baby. Chucky, Season 3, Episode 5, titled Death Becomes Her. The episode starts off with a recap of what happened in the first four previous episodes. Now, that was part one, and being that is because of the actor strike that happened. And then this is part two, so episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. This was an interesting episode. We see that Chucky Charles Lee Ray is slowly dying. He has become this old, withered person, doll, human, soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And it's really interesting how it's more creepy and grotesque than you thought he would be with all the iterations over the past 30 years that this character has gone through. It's very eye-opening, and just the way the makeup was done on the doll and the close-ups and the animatronics was really, really interesting. Chucky has a few kills in this episode, but all the while we see that the President of the United States, James Collins, plays by Devon Sawa, is starting to see ghosts, and it's the ghost of his young son, Joseph, who passed away at a young age. And all over the White House, he's starting to see ghosts. Not only that, Henry, his other son, is also starting to see things, and he starts to see ghosts in his room as Teddy, the security guard that Chucky killed by shooting it through the head and blasting it. If you've seen this season, you know who I'm talking about. And then, kind of, Charlotte, the so-called the wife to the president, is seeing things also, and basically in a way where she's talking to the agent who is helping her cover up things, and she sees that the American flag and the agent or something's going on, and then all of a sudden they start believing in ghosts. And then James, while in the Oval Office, he sees this pool of blood coming from under one of the desks, and this is where Chucky killed the secretary. And he's seeing things and doesn't know what's going on, what's happening, and all these ghost aspects are happening and going on, and Chucky's like, trying to figure out what happened, what to do. He kills the cleaning lady by putting bleach in her thermos or container or whatever Stanley cup you want to, whatever you want to call it, and she drinks bleach. She kills her, and Chucky's like, I don't have any time for this anymore. He's like, I just don't feel I can't get it up anymore. And a really interesting comedic dark humor twist to that. And then you have Jake, Devin, and Lexi. Lexi is still trying to reconcile with Grant after Grant found out that he was used by Lexi to get into the White House Halloween party. Lexi and Grant do make up, but then Jake and Devin go on a road trip. These two don't have driver license. They're in their teens, and they go from Washington, where they are, to Georgia to meet with in a way, a voodoo person and this person is the witch doctor that Chucky saw in the previous episode or previous episodes, where the doctor tells Jake and Devin that he's slowly dying and his spirit will go away. And Jake and Devin go to a motel. They do their thing because they're lovers, and the whole aspect goes on from there. So in another scene, you see Chucky going through the TV. He's watching a few movies. He sees Bram's the boy. Then he sees the aspect of another doll in Dead Silence, and then he turns on Megan, and he says, she stole my fucking moves, that bitch. I'll get you, M3gan. It's hilarious. So they drop that Easter egg of Chucky versus M3gan, which the horror world wants. Don Mancini is up to date with pop culture and references, which is really, really good. Absolutely fun and mind-blowing to that matter. And then he changes the channel again, and he sees Jennifer Tilly is on death row. He calls Jennifer Tilly, or Tiffany for that matter, and says what's going on, what's happening. And then she puts into his head that if he's dying, go out in a blaze of glory and do things. And then before this episode ends, Chucky does one of the most craziest deaths ever to one of the big characters in this season. And it's just like, wow, holy shit, did not expect that at all. So it's really interesting. It's great to see season 3 back. I mean, they didn't hold back in this episode at all. It was emotional. It was not drawn out, but it was done really well. The emotion is there with what the president, the first lady, the first son are going through, especially Henry, the young boy. And then it's just, okay, why are they seeing these ghosts? What's going on? What's happening? How does Chucky play into this? I mean, This all serves as a sequel to The Cult of Chucky. Brad Dourif is reprising his role. Jennifer Tilly is in. Every single thing is connected. And this is an 8-episode series. So, few episodes left until the big finale of season 3. And will it get a season 4? It's going to be interesting. Every title of this episode of this season is really, really good. A few ones you have coming up is Panic Room, There Will Be Blood, and Final Destination. So I'm really curious to see how it's going to go. This was good. You can tell that the kills and the makeup are practical. The close-up shots are practical. The close-up of Chucky is practical. But him being old and withered just gives a different dynamic and a creepy feeling to it than what you've seen him for all the movies and the first 2 seasons of what Chucky has been. And it's great to see how this is being more appreciated now. And if you haven't seen this series, do so. It's only 2 episodes, 2 seasons, excuse me. This is the 3rd season, so you have enough time to catch up. But how everything's going, and with what the witch doctor said, that Chucky has a Christian cancer, which made me kind of laugh out loud. But so let me know in the comment section below what you thought about season 3, episode 5 of Chucky, titled Death Becomes Her. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story, the progression? Where do you see Chucky going from here? Do you think that he's going to accomplish his big and going out in a blaze of glory? How do you think Jake, Devin, and Lexi will finish the job? And do you think that everything will come around in the end, or will Chucky get the last laugh, or will he actually finally die? And will that be the end of this character? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked, and be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new review videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week for my episode 6 season 3 review of Chucky. I'm Mr. Filmstock, and thank you so much for tuning in.